that's hopeless, out there pumping, not knowing the Lord will kill you for that hocus pocus. Used to roll with niggas that cook dope with weaponry. Same ones claim they love you, I had your life in jeopardy. And I know my mother wants success for me, but that G should take a girl straight to ecstasy. Remember running with bruh, even though we did the wrong thing. My life would've been a lot different if I fell up under Rob's wing. Was too sincere for a wicked game. Shame to
on the committee, GEN.YAHANNA. We are here to let the true Israelites know, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, who they are according to the Bible.
That's right.
That is our mission and our goal today. And we have come to tell you the truth and to do away with the lies that the Christian church tells you, Islam tells you, those wicked Jehovah's Witnesses tell you,
right,
and anybody else giving out free Bible courses out here down in Bricktown,
right,
at the Hawkins Theater. Anybody can get it today.
That's right.
We taking it all.
That's right.
And if you have a question, come up and ask your question. We ain't like the Christian pastor.
That's right.
Who's gonna lie to you and tell you these lies. We ain't like them.
That's right.
If you got a question, you will get your question answered.
That's right.
According to the Bible, according to the book. We don't make this up as we go.
Right.
We go precept upon precept, line upon line.
That's
Here
right.
a little, there a little. Just like the word tells us to do it.
That's right.
We're going to go with Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. And this is another thing that we're going to do.
Right.
We're going to expose the lie that you don't have to do what the law says to do according to the Bible and what God has put forth as His word and His statutes. The Christian church will tell you, oh, you can do whatever you want to.
Right.
Oh, you can have a personal relationship with Jesus.
Right.
And he'll forgive you every time. You can sin and do whatever you want to do. And that's a lie.
Go ahead, read it. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I come to destroy the law.
Christ has said, think not that I come to destroy the law. So why is these Christian pastors telling you that, oh, Jesus nailed to the cross. He died.
Right.
We under grace now. Anybody out there got an answer? No? Okay.
Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
He didn't come to destroy the law or the prophets. Whatever the prophets say do, that's what he did.
Right.
He fulfilled what the prophet said about him. That's what he did.
Right.
He came and died for you, Israelite.
That's right.
That's what he did.
Right.
To give us a second chance. That's what he did.
Right.
He didn't do anything else but that.
Right.
He followed the law.
That's right. Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
Heaven and earth is still here right now.
That's right.
We still right here right now.
That's right.
The heaven's still above us. The sky still looks blue.
That's right.
With clouds up there. I'm still on solid ground.
That's right.
We ain't been destroyed yet.
Right.
Start back up from verse 18.
Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
That's one dot and the I and one crossing of the T. Shall no wise pass from the law.
Right.
The law ain't done away with.
That's right.
No matter what your evil Christian pastor done told you.
That's right.
And that wicked church.
That's right.
That tomb that you call a cathedral, a church, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Till all be fulfilled. Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
If you break one of the least commandments, one of them commandments that, oh, I can eat whatever I want to.
Right.
God's not going to hate me for eating a crab.
Right.
God's not going to hate me because I want a little piece of shrimp.
Right.
God's not going to hate me because I'm getting a little tattoo on my arm.
Right.
Yeah, whatever.
And shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
You wicked preachers are going to be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen,
Right.
Joyce Meyer,
Right.
Benny Hinn,
Right.
Creflo Dollar,
Right.
who that? Jamal Bryant,
Right.
Geno Jennings, and hey, even them Israelite churches.
Right.
You fake Israelite groups scattering our people everywhere.
Right.
You too. Read that verse 19 one more time.
Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
You will be the least in the kingdom of heaven. So no matter what these Christian churches tell you, it's a lie. We just showed you right here in the Bible, the law is not done away with. And this is Christ's word. The words he was reading, those words were read.
Say 17. 19 verse 17. The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 17. And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life.
If you enter into what?
Into life.
Life.
Keep the commandments.
The Bible just said if you want life, keep the commandments.
That's right.
If you're getting tired of getting shot down in the street, keep the commandments.
That's right.
If you don't want that monkeypox, for all you homosexuals out there,
Right.
keep the commandments.
That's right.
Homosexuality is abomination according to the God.
That's right.
He said homosexuality is abomination. That's what the Most High said.
Right.
But we still out here doing contrary to what the book says. It's very disgusting. It's evil. It's wicked.
Right.
And you will have to answer for the things that you do here on this planet.
That's right.
Especially you Israelites.
Right.
Keep on sinning against the Most High. The police might come to your house and shoot you in the bed.
Right.
The police might put a knee on your neck.
Right.
And kill you in front of the whole world.
That's right.
That's what the police might do if you don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Guess what? The Queen's dead.
That's right.
Get over it. Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. First time. And a lot of you Christians are so simple and don't even know what to do when it comes to this Bible.
Right.
You're being led astray. And it's so sad. I feel for it. Hey, back up a little bit.
Come around to the front. Come around to the front, brother.
It's all right, back up.
Come around this side.
Go over here.
What you say?
Yeah, back up. Yeah, back up.
No, we just telling you to get on
Telling
this
you
side.
to go over
brother.
here. Don't sweat it out. Just back up. You ain't got to get emotional.
No, you ain't gotta get emotional.
Just back up a little bit.
All right. What is that? 1 John? 1 John what?
Chapter 2, verse 3.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
You want to know how you know God? Keep his commandments.
That's right.
That's how you know God.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
So if you don't keep his commandments, you're a liar. Read that one more time from the top.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments,
If you don't keep these commandments,
is a liar.
you're a liar. These preachers are lying to you.
Right,
Telling you the law's done away with. They're lying.
right. And the truth is not in him.
And they don't have the truth.
Right. Verse 5. But whoso keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected.
If you keep the word of the Lord, you all will be perfected.
That's right. Hereby know we that we are in him.
This is how we know we in him. We know we in him by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. We know we have the love the Most High by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
And we teach men to do so.
Right.
Unlike the Christian church.
That's right.
Unlike the Muslim mosques.
The book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
Paul's asking a question. He's saying, shall we continue doing these sins so grace may abound since we under grace?
Verse 2, God forbid.
No, God forbid. We should not keep doing these sins, even though we're under grace right now.
That's right.
Drop down to verse 15.
The book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 15. Then what then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid.
We shouldn't sin because we're not getting punished by the priests anymore.
Right.
We shouldn't sin since we are under grace. God doesn't want us to sin. Just because there's not a priest coming to punish us for the sins we commit against the Lord, and we're under grace, does not mean you can sin, Christians.
That's right.
Jehovah's Witnesses, you so-called Muslims, you fake Israelite groups. John chapter 8, verse 1. And we're going to show you in the Bible where Christ had grace. Christ had grace for a sister that was committing sin. This is what grace is. We're going to show you what grace is in the Bible.
Verse 1.
Verse 1.
The book of John, chapter 8, verse 1. Jesus went unto the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them.
Jesus teaching all the people in the temple.
Go ahead. Verse 3. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, verse 4, they said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act.
So this woman got caught in the act of adultery. She got caught in having sexual intercourse with a man other than her husband.
Right.
That's what she got caught doing. And these wicked, evil Sadducees and Pharisees came to see what Christ was going to do, to see if he was going to keep the law.
Verse 5. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned.
She was supposed to be stoned. She got caught committing adultery. They were supposed to kill her.
What sayest thou? Verse 6. This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him.
They was trying to catch Christ up on some nonsense, thinking that he was going to just let it slide. But Christ is righteous.
But Jesus stooped down, and with his finger wrote on the ground, as though he heard them not.
He ain't listening to them evil, wicked Sadducees and Pharisees.
That's right.
Just like we don't listen to these evil pastors and preachers today.
Right.
It's sad. They try to come up against us and think we ain't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, thinking that we can't have more than one woman or something like that, like these wicked, evil, fake Israelites groups do. But you can have as many women as you want.
Verse 7. So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her.
Jesus Christ said, hey, if one of you Sadducees and Pharisees ain't got no sin, stone her. Stone her. Throw the stone. Let's see what they did.
Verse 8. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. Verse 9. And they which heard it began convicted by their own conscience.
They were convicted because they know they was committing sin and doing evil wickedness. That's why they didn't throw them stones at her. Keep on reading.
Went out by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. Verse 10. When Jesus had lifted up himself, and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers?
Jesus is like, hey, Why haven't them Sadducees and Pharisees that caught you in this act? Where they at? You should. What's going on? I don't hear no rocks being thrown. Where'd they go?
Hath no man condemned thee?
No man has condemned you? Those Christian pastors, they not condemning you?
Verse 11, she said, no man, Lord. And Jesus said unto her, neither do I condemn thee.
Jesus told that woman, I don't condemn you either. He showed her grace.
Go and sin no more.
What?
Sin no more.
We ain't supposed to be sinning. Christ said go and sin no more. That's what grace is.
That's right.
Grace is a time period for you to stop sinning.
That's right.
Let's get 1 John 3 and 4. And a lot of you don't even know what sin is. That's the crazy part. A Christian's the first one to tell you, oh, you can't do that, you sinning. You can't do that, you sinning. But they don't even keep the law themselves. They don't keep the high holy days themselves. They eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster for no reason. Oh, they having the crab fest behind us. Raging Cajun.
Grand opening.
I wonder how many so-called blacks and Hispanics is over there sinning against the Lord.
Right. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin.
Committed what?
Committed sin.
We have to find out what sin is.
Transgresseth also the law.
Wow. If you sin, you transgress the law. How can the law be done away with and people still sinning? That makes no sense.
That's right.
Your Christian pastor tell you don't sin, but he also tells you the law's done away with.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the transgression of the law. I don't know. I mean, seems pretty cut and dry to me. Can anybody else tell me what sin is other than transgression of the law? I don't know. I don't know. Let's get Isaiah 59 and 1. I don't know. I mean, we in Oklahoma, we over here at the Raging Cajun. OKC getting all the crab we want.
Right.
We eating bottle feeders. We eating water spiders.
Right.
And water roaches.
Right.
Thinking it's great when it's disgusting.
That's right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 1. Behold, the Lord's hand is not short, that it cannot save.
The Lord can save you. He can do it.
Neither his ear heavy, but it cannot hear.
He can hear you as well. Let's see why your prayers aren't getting answered, sinners.
Verse 2. But your iniquities have separated between you.
You're right.
Your iniquities.
Your iniquities have done what?
Have separated between you and your God.
That evil sin you're doing is keeping you away from the Lord.
Right.
That's what you're doing.
And your sins have hid his face from you.
Your sins is the reason why the Lord can't see you.
That he will not hear you.
Your sin is the reason why he won't hear you. That's why. And that personal relationship that a lot of you Christians like to say is bogus.
Right.
Because the Bible just said he don't hear you because of your iniquity and your transgressions against his law,
right,
statutes, and commandments.
That's right. The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law.
Hey, if you turn your ear away from hearing this law, we're about to find out what's going to happen.
Even his prayer shall be an abomination.
The Lord does not hear you. Your prayer will be an abomination.
That's right.
I don't care what your pastor told you.
Right.
I don't care who knocked at your door on Saturday morning saying, have you heard about Jehovah?
Right.
The Lord don't hear him either.
That's right.
or her. We
Right.
got women out here trying to convert grown men to be a Jehovah's Witness.
Right.
It's backwards. I don't get it.
Right.
I wish our people would open up their ears and hear what thus said the Lord. I
Right.
really do.
Right.
Because you'll be led astray by all these wicked doctrines. These doctrines that you're in is not sound. It's not. And these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, they're easy to do. They're not hard to do.
That's right.
All you have to do is just follow what the Lord says do. It's not hard.
Right. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God.
Hey, this is the love of God. This is the love of God. We're about to find out what the love of God is.
That we keep his commandments.
Hey, if you want the love of God, you got to keep them commandments.
That's right.
You say you love God like you always claim. Oh, I love the Lord. What they say in the Christian, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. He didn't hear your cry.
Right.
We just read that. He doesn't hear sinners.
That's right.
He didn't hear your cry.
And his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not grievous. Keeping these commandments is not hard.
That's right.
It's not a chore.
Right.
It's simple. You do what he says, and you'll have life. That's my time, Israel. Salam.